Hello, welcome back. It's Miss Montgomery again. So far we have talked about setting up your Google site, taking a look at that home page, getting the banner images up, adding pages. For this one, we're going to talk about adding subpages to kind of give your site a little bit more organization. So if you haven't already done so, please open your site. You can do a search for it in Drive and then open it up. Okay, so my lovely cat site pops up. So what we're going to do is we have our pages set up here, our home page, our first page, our second page, third page, fourth page. I know, very creative. So let's go over to pages here. We have a couple different ways that we can add subpages. So what we're going to do is let's do it kind of the long way first, and then I'll show you the shortcut. So let's call this subpage 1A. Okay. So my page is created, but as it stands right now, it's actually a separate page. It's not a subpage. So one thing I can do is take this page, click on it, and drag it up to the page that I want it to be a subpage on. So let's say I want this to be a subpage on the first page. I know I'm sounding confusing. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So notice when I drag it, I can reorder. Like this means it's reordering when it has that big blue box. But when I hover on something and it has that blue line underneath the page, that means it's going to be added as a subpage. So let me take it up here to the first page and drag and drop. So you notice how our pages have these dots, but this one has this little L of dots that indicates that it is in fact a subpage. So then you'll see over here that under or on our first page listing, this little caret shows up and it shows us that we have a subpage there. So it's pretty simple. Another thing that we can do here, let's click on this first. You can see that you can still do some of those things, remove, rename, make it the home page. That's that very first page that people would come to when they visit your site. You can also, let's say you're like, oops, no, I don't want that on the first page. You can just drag it back off and reorder it however you want. The other thing you can do is when you hover over one of your pages, you see these three dots pop up. Click on that. Boom, create subpage. So subpage, what was it? Second page 2A. Done. And just like that, it's all taken care of. So if you want to add, if you want to add a second subpage, it is just that simple. And then you can also reorder within the subpages just by dragging, and then I took it off, just by dragging it, moving it around. So it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Yeah, that's that. One thing to remember is that your subpage, so I made this as a separate page down here. So your subpages pre-populate that background image as well. So you might want to go back, or that banner image, I guess I should say. You might want to go back and change that if you want to keep the same theme. I'm actually not exactly sure what Google's logic is and how they populate. Maybe if it's just the last image I was on, I'm not sure. So you might have to go back and change that banner image on your subpages. And again, just as a reminder, if you come up here, take a look at your preview. So this would be I'm on subpage 2. So let's just say we start at home. I've got this listing up here, and when I scroll over it, it shows me the subpages that I have created for those different pages. And again, as a reminder, this is not live until I click publish.